Garrett, yeah, that cricket had to go.
Why you? I know you started recording. Why? Why? I told you not to start with this.
We had an intruder, but
He's gone. He was ruining the audio.
listen, he's as far as we know, he left alive.
Yeah.
He vacated the premises while still living.
But there's a good chance he's dead now.
Garrett, what? Garrett, can't. We don't condone the killing of insects. Start. You shitting.
All right, guys, welcome to the Empty Heads podcast. Wow, I really fumbled that up. Episode 8. We've made it 8 weeks. We've done it for 2 months. Yay. What do you have to say to that?
The applause light went on.
Yeah, the applause light. Unfortunately, no audience.
Yeah, our
We
live
can't
studio
afford an audience.
Didn't come in today. Yeah, usually this is recorded in front of a live studio audience, but
Yeah.
they're always silent anyways.
Yeah. We're not good enough for applause.
No, we're no Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, speaking of bugs and insects and arachnids, because okay, so just a quick story. I was in my backyard and like the patio was all dirty, and my mom like keeps a broom out there to sweep it. So I grabbed the broom and I was sweeping the dirt off, and then like as I was doing that, a big old thing falls off the broom, hits me, and then lands on the ground, and it's like a big spider, like the size of a quarter, maybe even bigger.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh geez. And then it like was
Oh,
crawling
geez,
after me. Like it was crawling after me on the ground, and I was like, holy fuck. And then it stopped, and then I like kind of looked closely, and I could like see its little fangs. And I was just like, this spider's gonna fuck me up. So I just kind of swept it away into the dirt. I haven't seen it since.
And then the neighborhood raccoon came. The guy who goes across the wall.
Yeah. Actually, we have like a whole pack of raccoons that are around our like that are like we catch on our like security cameras. It's really funny.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't live around here.
Unfortunately, my mom is deathly afraid of them.
They're cute.
They're cute, but they're little bastards. You get close and they'll be like, and then
I
they
saw
like,
one for the first time ever in this neighborhood like a few months back. And that was it.
damn. There's
And then
coyotes in your neighborhood.
The other day on Euclid, this poor little skunk just dead. He's just dead on the road. I was so sad.
I drive past roadkill and I just get so sad. I'm just like, oh.
One time I was going... Sorry, I interrupted your one time with my one time. But one time I was driving down Indian Hill to CHS, and there's just this raccoon who's just so large and in charge, just keeled over on the side of the road and like at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was just so sad.
One time, I forgot where I was driving, but there's a little kitty that was dead on the ground, and I was just like,
oh no.
What is this world? What cruel world do we live in which someone accidentally ran over this cat?
That's horrible.
Okay, so we've got a real big debate this episode. Not a debate. It's a
Topic of conversation.
It's a gentlemanly discussion. Okay, all right. So wings, you love them. They're good. They're covered in sauce and or a dry rub.
Yeah.
You eat them.
They're great.
You know, with fries occasionally, a drink, maybe some ranch or blue cheese if you roll
Boneless,
that way.
bone in.
Yeah, that's a different debate.
Whole 9 yards.
Here, in our resident state of California, the easiest, because apparently Wingstop is more of a West Coast thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know if there is an East Coast thing for wings, so.
Wings were invented in Buffalo, New York.
I know that. I'm talking about a chain.
Oh, I don't think there's a chain, no. But like, you know, it's
What
just
do you
like
think I am, man? The
local
Buffalo wings, like, come on.
local places. It's just okay. It's easier to get wings at like local places over there than it is here. So
Yeah.
here, the like go to for most people is the Wingstop.
Or Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, but that's like a restaurant.
Yeah, you go there.
Wingstop is a fast food place. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
A little better in my opinion. But there's this new place around where we live that's on DoorDash that we get delivered because it doesn't have a physical location.
No, well, I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's inside of a Chili's.
Yeah.
And it's called It's Just Wings.
There's a I saw that there's another restaurant that does that, which is Doghouse. They do like
Yeah.
a breakfast burrito thing.
Yeah.
Like inside there.
Doghouse is the hot dog joint.
Yeah.
The glizzy joint.
The glizzy joint. Oh, God.
Love a glizzy. Their glizzies are pretty good. Anyways, so my brother one time was like, dude, hey, man, you gotta try it. It's just wings, man. That's not how he sounds. But, and then Garrett today texted me and he's like, all right, you gotta try it. It's just wings. And I was like, okay. So I was hungry anyways, and I wanted some wings. So I was like, all right, let's.
Did you get bone in? Because I got boneless.
It doesn't, I mean, I got bone in because that's a wing. That's like a wing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I ordered some delivered through DoorDash, and I gotta say it was quite disappointing.
It was disappointing?
You know what? The fries were soggy, the chicken was dry, it wasn't crisp. It was like, like a mush. I don't know, but I think I gotta say it's probably not the restaurant's fault. Or it's not like they made them wrong. Because my brother was like, usually they're actually really good. Like, I don't know what's up with this.
I liked them a lot.
Yeah, because like my mom got some boneless ones, and those suck too. Like,
Really?
they weren't crispy at all. They were like frozen chicken nuggets. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, that's basically what they taste
That's
like.
crazy. When I got up there, it was so crispy. It was really good.
So the theory I have is that, I don't know, the driver took a while to get to our house.
Something like that, yeah.
The restaurant cooked them early, and the driver took a while to pick them up. Something like that. But, yeah. It was not, they weren't so hot. My brother came in my room, and he was the saddest look on his face. He was like, yeah, they're usually not like this. I really don't know what happened. And I was like, yeah, I bet. But, like, I was hungry, so I still ate them. I see the potential.
Well, the potential really lies in, because like the way if you prepare wings the right way, they're gonna taste fine, because they're wings. It's like nothing complicated about them.
Right.
But I think I haven't even tried any other flavor other than the one I got. Mm-hmm. But like I like their selection.
The selection.
Because I know I'd probably like any single one of them, because it looked like it was really good.
Honey sriracha. Here's the thing: they're weak with the sauce.
Oh, mine weren't.
That's the thing. Mine were like barely glazed with the sauce.
Mine were like not drenched, but like
good.
Good, yeah.
Because like Wingstop, when you get like mango habanero from Wingstop, they're like bathing in some sauce,
Yeah.
which is like not always optimal, but sometimes that's the best way to go. But mine were like borderline dry.
Wow, that's rough.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm
Whoever
quite
was
disappointed.
working the wings that day, SMH.
Today, I'm gonna figure out
That
who
was
it
today.
beat the shit out of them. No, I can't do that. There's food, whatever. I like it.
Yeah,
It's cheaper than Wingstop though.
it is. That's what I liked about it.
But I don't know if the quality just lives up. I'd rather pay the few extra bucks for Wingstop than.
Fair enough.
But maybe it was today's wing person was just not up to the task of crafting
disappointing.
the fine wing. See, Wingstop always
Delivers.
They call Wingstop the milkman because it always delivers. No one's gonna get that reference, but it's okay.
I guess me and Omar, we got the good batch.
Yeah, he was telling me that we should get Doc Ock on the podcast. The Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, the Spider-Man villain. That would be
That'd be an interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
it never happened, but like, what would even go on then?
yeah.
Hey,
I think
that's my impression of him.
any interviewing just goes out the window, like for me.
Oh, you don't even know him.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just gonna be him and
Just
I.
be the
Obviously-
Eamon and Doc Ock podcast.
Yeah, but that would never happen because why would that happen? What was the okay? Right. So I've said like 10 times already. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It
I started
happens.
watching that Harley Quinn show.
You did it again?
What?
You did it again.
What did I do?
I started watching the
Oh, really? See, I don't even like recognize that I do that sometimes. I start watching the Harley Quinn show, and it's really good. I keep catching when I'm gonna put in an All right. So, growing up, I watched like Batman the Animated Series and like Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Great shows. Love those shows like to death. And like the Superman animated show, forgot what it's called. Probably just Superman the Animated Series. All great shows. And Teen Titans. Okay, the list goes on. So I saw like a year ago. Why'd you make that face after you drank your water?
People can't see that, so you're crazy.
Shit. I saw like a year ago maybe that like, oh, there's an animated Harley Quinn show, and I thought it was like, just like a shitty kid show, just like how the animation looked. But recently I looked into it, and it's like a really like, it's like a Rick and Morty type.
Yeah,
like
it's adult animation.
Yeah, and it's really fun. I genuinely enjoy it.
I heard it's really good. I'm definitely gonna start watching it.
I'm like halfway through the second season. It's it's a good watch. It's fun for the whole comic book nerd.
Yeah, I bet.
There's one episode that I just watched. I can't even like, I don't even want to spoil it, but it's really funny. Like how it sets up, like it's really meta in many ways.
That's cool.
You'll know what I'm talking about if you ever get to that. What else?
I looked at the cast.
The cast is good.
Really impressive.
The guy who does Batman is the guy from Batman Brave the Bold. Well,
it's got like Tony Hale.
Yeah, Tony Hale's in it. The guy.
Oh, it's got fucking what's his name?
The Dean from.
It's got him
from Community. He plays the Riddler, which is really good casting. It's got.
Why am I forgetting his name? The guy who plays King Shark.
Oh yeah, I'm also blanking on his name. Doesn't matter. Good cast though.
Yeah.
Great animated show. There is also Atlanta, which I finished, which we talked about already.
Yeah.
What else? Perry Mason is
still good.
Still good. The episode that came out yesterday. What day is it today?
Monday.
Yeah, so yesterday. That was good.
I should probably start watching that.
There's a lot going on in the world of today. Kanye is having like this weird. It's a tough time for Kanye.
I haven't really
stands.
kept up with it.
He's been tweeting like just random nonsense.
I saw that he had 2020 shaved into his head.
Yeah.
Very
he said that like he was like Harriet Tubman. Well, Harriet Tubman never freed the slaves. She just gave them to white people. It's like, okay, all right. On like a weird technical, sure, she never freed them, but obviously she like, helped them escape their like slave masters.
Yeah.
So like that's basically freeing them. But, obviously at that time you needed some like white lawmaker to go, yeah, you're a free person.
Yeah.
I get that's probably what he meant, but obviously saying that is the stupidest thing ever because it's a weird technical, like that makes no coherent like sense. I don't know.
Kanye is just going further and further down the rabbit hole, and it's really weird because he's.
But his latest song is really good.
Musical genius.
He's this generation's Einstein, so don't worry about him.
No, he's not.
That's the lyric.
I don't know the lyric, so.
God, Garrett.
I'm not a Kanye stan like you.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm just better than you.
No.
If anything, that makes me significantly worse than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. There I go again.
Yeah, there you go again.
What's up with that? Maybe it's a nervous tick.
It's either a nervous tick or you're just not very good at speaking.
I think the cricket's going to come back for me. I'm going to leave here, and it's going to come up behind me with a knife and go, so you want to fuck with me? And then you stab me.
I'm pretty sure I've mostly eliminated from my, speaking pattern and instead installed the occasional stutter. So, that's great.
I'd rather the than the stutter.
No, the stutter's fine.
Really? Well, I can't just do that, so.
Or like.
A like. I drop the like very often. It
was tough.
It's strange.
It was tough back in the day. It's the only word you could use to connect something. Like,
It was the only conjunctive.
there you go. I just did it.
Is it a conjunction?
Something like that.
Grammar. Now our good pals that really focus on grammar are going to annoy us about whatever I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I immigrated here. No, I did not immigrate here. I was born in the United States, and I don't know what else to say to that. Garrett was just staring at me as if I had something more to say. You know,
Water, when you immigrated here, I was your first friend.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so
That's a
Garrett and I
fact.
today had a big debate about whether or not Garrett's a racist.
That's not true.
Okay.
That didn't
All right,
happen.
so in Skyrim video game, there's like a civil war.
No,
in the world.
we're not going to talk about this.
And one of the factions is basically the Confederacy, and the other one is basically some, government body. And Garrett chooses to side with the racist
That's
one.
not true.
Oh, yeah.
That's not true.
All I'm saying is the Empire lives forever.
I do it to mess with you
And
because
the
I know
rebellion will be crushed.
I know it gets a reaction out of you.
This is some nerd
But
shit.
truthfully, yeah, this is total nerd shit. But of the 4 like legitimate playthroughs that I've done of Skyrim, it's like 1 or 2 times where I've chosen the Stormcloaks,
The racist.
the races. It's because it's mostly just to get the full experience. Because there's branching pathways in the game, so it's like
That's what they all say. No, I've done
you
it.
have to yeah, you've done it too.
exactly.
So you have to choose which one, and it changes what the story will be for
that side quest.
Exactly.
It's one of those games. It's just a massive open world game, so like the side quests are
Yeah.
very diverse.
they're branching, and stuff like that. So that's basically the gist of it. But I mostly mess with him by saying I'm a Stormcloak all the time. And it's like
I've
it's
been
just a stupid nerd thing.
I've been playing more of Fallen Order,
Yeah,
Jedi Fallen Order. It's a great game.
Yeah. a little late to that, but yeah.
Jeez, I didn't know there was a time.
There's a time limit. I'm gatekeeping you right now.
Okay, so we have the TV on in the background, and there's an ad for a casino, and it's people like
Morongo.
gambling and shit, but they're wearing masks. That's like dystopian as fuck. Number one. Number two, masks have now infiltrated my dreams
They have.
as like a standard. Like I had a dream last night, and I was going somewhere getting lunch with someone, and we like walked into a or we were walking out of the car into a restaurant, and in my dream I was like, oh shit, I forgot my masks, and I went back to my car and grabbed a mask. Like, it's so crazy how it's, because like now is the first time that I've like recognized that happening in my dreams.
I bet your dreams are subconsciously anti-mask.
What is that even supposed to mean? That I'm an anti-masker?
Yeah. You don't realize it, but in your dreams, it's totally there.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's your belief sticking
Maybe I
out
don't
like a
wanna be
sore thumb,
muzzled
but you
like
don't
a
realize
sheep
it.
or whatever those people say.
Yeah.
My body, my choice. Fuck you. Not to get political. We always say that. We always
Usually
say that.
happens, but like
And then the president endorses beans. What? I saw this
let's
picture.
get off of this. Sports coming back on the 25th. Who would have thought?
Sports.
Sports. Basketball, no positive COVID test.
You know what? I was talking about
For the
this
NBA bubble.
with some
All
of the guys.
of 300 players.
In the bubble's going to burst. I have a very pessimistic outlook.
Yeah, it probably will. They're in Florida.
Yeah, they're in the... Why'd they choose... I guess...
I know. It's because of Disney World, but like, it seems like an odd choice. But it feels inevitable that one of them is just going to go out and come back.
Well, who...
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. He's not wearing masks.
He's anti-mask,
He's
anti-vaccine.
anti-vaccine.
He's all this bullshit.
LeBron James is going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He's not going to beat the shit out of him.
He's
But
going to get him
beat
in
the shit
line.
out of him. Like, what? What the fuck? Ugh. Who's the flat earther? Is it Dwight Howard? No.
No, you're thinking
It's
of Kyrie.
Kyrie, yeah. Kyrie.
He won't even be in the bubble, though. He's like injured or something or whatever. The Nets don't matter. I mean, they're...
He's a good player, but he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Flat earther. God.
SMH. So, yeah. Basketball and baseball returning 25th. I'm excited.
Yeah,
it seems...
loser nerd.
Seems like it'll work. Hopefully. I think the bubble has a better chance of working than baseball, because...
Yeah, because baseball, they're still going around the nation.
Yeah.
And they're not masked up or anything.
No, they're masked up in, like, the dugout and stuff. But,
Oh, I see.
And players can choose whether or not they want to be masked up on the field. But you're right, because they're still going to be traveling from stadium to stadium, so it's, like, kind of fishy.
Yeah.
And who knows if they can keep a sort of lid on whether or not they can be safe with the whole COVID thing.
I don't think so. Why is it that we can't agree on just like, okay, this could be solved if everything stopped completely 100% for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know, it sucks.
It's political now. But you know what?
It's not political though.
No,
I mean,
it's being made political.
It's being made political.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? There's reason to have hope. You know, the Oxford thing.
Yeah, I sent that
Oxford
over to
findings.
them a few days ago.
No, you didn't. But yeah,
I've been synthesizing the cure in my home lab.
that's really awesome.
You don't believe me?
Why would I believe you?
Okay, you don't have to.
You're an idiot.
What if it comes out tomorrow like the cure from Raymond?
You don't even like biology, so
Yeah, are those fireworks?
I think they're fireworks.
I don't think my mic's picking that up, so it should be fine.
No, because it's like really
Real
far.
distant. But we heard like a
Yeah.
fireworks. I hate how that's a thing. Everyone's shooting off fireworks all the fucking time. I was driving the other day, and then it was just, and like half the sky is like lit up, and I was just like, what?
On the 4th, there's like some house like two or three houses up from me was just launching off like legitimate fireworks.
Yeah, me too.
And my dog Penny got really scared.
Oh, Benny.
And so we have like a baby gate in the hallway to keep them in the hallway if we're not inside or if we have people over because they kind of spaz out. And when the legitimate firework came off, since it was so close, she literally, for the first time ever, I don't know how she didn't figure it out before, hopped the baby gate and just like started like freaking out in like the kitchen and shit.
Oh, jeez.
And I went inside and she was literally shaking.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had to comfort her.
Poor dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Monty was just like, oh, yeah, whatever, you know, my other dog.
Ooh.
Yeah, he didn't
He's
really
always
care.
just flopping about. I think whenever a firework goes off and like I'm looking at Kimchi, he just kind of like sits there, and then he just like looks over like just like, and then his eyes are always super wide, and then he's like, and his whiskers
He's
like
having flashbacks to the war.
Yeah, and his whiskers like jibble about. I don't know what the word would be, and he's just like, and then he just kind of calms down and he like sits back down. And then if I walk up to the cage, he like runs up and jumps up. And then when they're excited, they do a thing where they like bounce off the walls.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him do that.
I have not.
But he does that. It's so cute.
I've seen him race around, you know,
Yeah.
when Jack let
Chinchillas.
him out.
Let your dog out. Chinchillas are great
Yeah, he's cool. I got to hold him.
until they commit war crimes.
There's so many times when I've gone over to your house and just tried to like stick my hand in and get him, and he just like races around and like escapes me.
Because he doesn't want your grubby mitts on him.
They're usually clean.
No, they're always grubby to him. Your big meaty claws.
Good point. But then like I'll get it to where I just have one hand instead of reaching for him. I start petting him.
He
and he's
accepts
like,
the pets. He's just.
And then he like looks at me and then he's just like hops up to the next floor of his little structure.
His cage.
Yeah, his
His
cage.
cage is massive, though. I mean, it needs to be. They need a massive space to jump and you know.
Fly around. He has the power of flight.
He just sort of levitates away, not like a flying squirrel or whatever.
No, he has the
He
power
just
to levitate and
gets up
fly
and
around.
flies away. Yeah, it's quite remarkable. Bro, I'm littered with mosquito bites, so
I was like a week ago. It's
I'm
horrible.
itching all over. That's why you see me reaching down to itch my foot. Yeah, shit sucks. Mosquitoes suck. There's been some like research, I think, and they were like, what if we killed every mosquito? And apparently like everything would be fine if we just got rid of mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're like parasites almost.
Imagine, okay, because like obviously
They're not. I don't want to interrupt, but they're not. Another species isn't reliant on them to live.
Yeah,
They're reliant on everything else.
bees.
Yeah.
Poor bees.
Or like
parasite.
things that live off each other. It's sort of like a sick. Exactly,
Yeah,
because
parasites.
it's like a parasite.
There's a nice Venom reference for you guys.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Venom with Tom Hardy? Movie sucks.
That movie made a lot of money, so I'm gonna assume that they did.
We watched it.
The majority of our audience.
The movie sucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
Tom Hardy's a great actor.
He was the only interesting part of it. Everything else, garbage.
Yeah, when he was eating lobsters in the lobster thing at a restaurant.
In the lobster tank, yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
And then he
He eats the chicken out of the trash can.
and then he beat the shit out of the guy.
Yeah,
Those are the only memorable parts of the movie.
yeah,
Not the big squishy CGI Venoms and the other parasite.
and fight at the end.
What's it called? Not Carnage.
No, it's
Gooby?
Riot.
Yeah, Kublai Khan. Yeah, they were mushing together.
Yeah. Grimace.
Grimace, yeah. Uncle Grimacy.
Grimace is a. What are they called? Symbiote? Yeah. Grimace is a symbiote.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow. The McDonald's.
Have you not kept up with the McDonald's lore?
No, I didn't know it expanded to that.
Grimace like ate the Hamburglar.
Everyone do me a favor. Wow, that's really scary to think about. Go on YouTube and look up Uncle O'Grimacy
Oh yeah.
and watch the Shamrock Shake commercial. Because
Grimace has an uncle and he's this big green guy.
yeah, and he's Irish for whatever reason.
Well, because it's the Shamrock Shake.
But Grimace isn't Irish.
You don't know that.
He doesn't have an Irish accent.
Yeah, you don't have to have an Irish accent to be Irish. I'm Irish, kind of.
Sure you are.
I'm like a 2% or whatever. So
okay.
well, yeah. Well, it's like you don't have to have an Irish accent.
Like quarter
It's like
Greek,
saying
I'm not going around
it's like
with
saying
Greek.
Conan doesn't have an Irish accent, so he's not actually Irish. When he's like 99% Irish.
But he looks like an Irishman. Grimace is a big purple guy.
Uncle Grimacy is just green.
That's Irish!
So anything green is Irish?
If you're big and green and you got a clover on your face or whatever the fuck.
Why does that mean that Grimace has to have a clover on his face? Why are you putting these societal pressures on Grimace right now?
I thought the extended McDonald's character lore was scrapped.
This is what this podcast has come to, man. And it has. There's been no ads with Grimace.
And the rest, it's just Ronald. And they're bringing
I
back...
haven't seen Ronald McDonald in a while.
What? And they're bringing back Mayor Cheese. No, the
Mayor
Hamburglar.
McCheese?
No, they're bringing back the Hamburglar.
Oh,
Mayor Burgyface. What's his name?
that's Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese, yeah.
How do you not know your McDonald's lore, man?
Because what the fuck do I need to know the McDonald's lore for?
Because it's awesome.
It's so rich, man.
It's like, why would you watch the WWE?
It's like
'Cause
me
awesome.
discussing like Elder Scrolls lore.
And I've never even watched the WWE. And
You're
I
self-proclaimed.
wish I had grown up on it.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. You wish you grew up like during the '90s when the WWE was like the
At its
thing.
peak, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was hilarious.
I don't know if I share that same.
And in
wish.
the early to mid 2000s, it was hilarious.
I hate the people that are like the wrong generation.
I think that's the only time I've ever like said that, and it was about the fucking WWE
Yeah, so it
and
doesn't
about
count.
nothing else.
'Cause you don't actually mean that. Like
No,
no. You
but in a
don't.
way, I do.
No, because some people are like the music sucks now, and it's like the only
No, it
reason.
doesn't.
yeah. Obviously, first of all, no, it doesn't. Second, the only reason you think old music is good is because the only old music that's like been passed down was the good music.
Yeah.
There was probably plenty of garbage.
Just look at the hairband era of the 80s. It's what made the 80s garbage. I mean, there's so much good music in the 80s, but like it's looked upon like a lot of people don't look at the 80s as like the peak of music
Right.
because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, those wrong.
I think being a 90s kid would have been cool though, Because you still would have grown up on video games and a lot of this other cool media. But I think
I grew up with a lot of 90s things because I'm the oldest of like 5, and my siblings are like...
You mean the youngest?
Yeah, what'd I say?
The oldest.
Yeah, the youngest. And my siblings are a lot older than me.
Yeah.
So they had like, I grew up with an N64 and like,
Yeah.
Game Boy and like, 90s TV shows, Dragon Ball and whatnot. So like, I grew up with that shit. But like, obviously I'm not a 90s kid born in 2001.
I'm fine with being Gen Z, though. But to be fair, a lot of like post our birth years, Gen Zers kind of suck.
Yeah. Because they're like 14 right now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, no, we're still Gen Z, though. But like, a lot of the younger Gen Z kids are really cringe.
Gen Z are pretty cringe. Yeah.
They're pretty cringe.
That's a very general statement. I mean,
it's pretty general, but like, it's kind of true. I mean, the whole.
It's because they're like they're at the age, when you're 16 to 18, you're at the age where you can be vocal, but you're still,
stupid.
Your voice can be put out there, especially today, but you're still an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we're doing.
Well, it's not just that.
Right
It's
now.
a lot of like seeing kids do Fortnite dances and stuff like that.
Garrett, that's the most epic thing ever.
Yeah, sure. But you know what I mean, though. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Of course. We sound like boomers right now. Like, oh, kids these days are annoying.
Well, no,
pieces of shit.
we're just the boomers of the Gen Zers.
Yeah, and the small, like, what is the, like, 2000 to, like, the year?
It's like 1999 to like
2006.
current. No, it's not 2006. It's like 2013 or something like that.
There's no way.
I'm gonna
That's
look it up.
all of Gen Z? Yeah, look it up. But I don't, maybe. Because boomers, you could be right. Because boomers is like 1940 something to like 1964, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could be right. So maybe 2013.
Oh, he's funny.
My dad was born in 64.
Yeah,
So he's
so was my dad.
technically a boomer. So one time I was like helping with something and I was like, all right, boomer. And he looked at me and he was just like so disappointed. I was like, you know what that is? He was like, I know it's an insult. It's just so funny. Like, oh, poor guy. He doesn't deserve to be bullied by me. Considering. Are you looking this up?
No, I'm sorry.
Are you responding to a text?
I was at first, but now I'm gonna look it up.
You slimy bastard.
Because my parents are like texting me in the middle of a fucking
Garrett,
recording session. No, it's not that. 1995 and 2015.
cut that shit out, Garrett. You said 1999?
1995 and 2015.
2015.
That 20-year period. At least that's what's the first thing that comes up on Google. But like, I don't know. My brother's
Can't trust
24. I feel like he's a millennial. He's on like the tail end of being a millennial, but he was born in 95. I don't see him as Gen Z. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing now?
I was just responding to his ex as well. Hypocrite.
Wow.
Anyways, well, generations aside, everything sucks. And welcome to Chili's.
Yeah.
Imagine going into a restaurant, any restaurant that isn't Chili's, and the first thing that one of the staff says to you is, welcome to Chili's.
I wouldn't know what to say because that wouldn't happen. You weirdo.
There's always scenarios in which I really want to happen that would never happen.
Yeah.
I've told you this a million times. I've always wanted to go into like Chipotle or something. Like, hey, can I get a burrito with like this? And just them just like, no.
Yeah, that would never happen. This is what goes through your mind.
It would never happen, but if it did, it'd make my day. I'd be happy. I wouldn't even be upset. I'd just be like, all right, and I'd leave. But I'd be so happy because like, why the fuck would that happen?
No, you wouldn't be happy.
It's because I try to.
You're quick to anger. No offense.
Yeah, I am. But since I want
Can
that
I
to
have
happen,
this burrito? You'd be in a bad mood or something already just for some random fucking thing. Somebody says no, you're like, what the fuck did you say to me? Like,
leap over and strangle him.
Yeah, yeah, no, it would. That's not how it would go down.
Shatter
I hate to break it to you.
the glass. Well, Garrett, these days
man
I'm
can
more
dream.
restrained. I've learned the ways of the Hulk. You know how at the beginning of the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, how he's in Brazil?
Yeah.
And he says, "Come to Brazil," and he's meditating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me now. But at the
Good
end of
for
it,
you,
I'll
man.
be a big green guy destroying half of the city.
Put the brains and the brawn together. Spend 6 months in the gamble ebb.
Yeah. And then I see it as a victory. Is that his line? Is that what the meme is? I see this as a complete success from Endgame.
That's when they do the time travel.
Yeah. What about the baby? What does he say when he comes back a baby, as a baby?
I forget.
He says, "Oh, it's a baby." Taco scene. Great movie.
Great movie, yeah.
Not better than Infinity War.
You don't think so?
I mean, not worse.
Not worse?
Yeah, Infinity War is not better than Endgame.
I don't know.
is-
They're both kind of legendary. I find it... After I saw Endgame, I was like, oh, this is better than Infinity War. But the more I think about it, it's like, they're on pretty equal ground, to be
They're pretty
honest.
Good films. Good movies. Tenet, Christopher Nolan's thing.
It's getting indefinitely delayed, which
Makes
he's
sense.
doing it because he wants the movie
theatrical
to be in
release.
theaters.
Yeah.
Which I also want. But at the same time, I really want to see it because he's my favorite director. So it's a bit rough.
I'd hate, to watch a movie like that in my living room because, like,
Yeah, that's true.
it just, those kind of movies, Christopher Nolan films, like, need big theater, sound
Screens
and
and
quality
sound.
and everything. Like, I didn't catch Dunkirk in theaters, and I watched it in my living room, and it's, like, a great film, but I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
it just
I mean,
doesn't-
I didn't see it in theaters either. I watched it.
yeah, but your living room's got, like, a big old sound system.
I have the sound system, but, like, the TV is not, like,
Yeah, it's not a giant movie theater.
it's not a giant movie theater TV. So it's
Yeah.
like, the sound's great, but, like,
The screen
I love the
yeah.
big screen. So it's like,
Obviously.
but the sound for that movie is great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah. Great movie. Great film. I think one day...
You're going to make a movie?
No. Maybe.
What about our script?
Oh, right. Yeah, we do have... Well, we never wrote the script. It's an idea.
It's the idea.
It's a working idea. Do we discuss what
I don't
it is?
know.
The plot? Okay, the plot is that a very suicidal man, played by me, based on me.
No, not based on you. That's
No,
not true.
based on me. But
Played by you.
sure. Unless we could get, like...
Josh Gad. Do you know who that is?
Yes. I was thinking of Mark Wahlberg, but okay.
Why would we get Mark Wahlberg? That would be horrible.
Exactly.
That would be horrible.
Anyways, no. The guy, he's just real fed up with life, but he doesn't want to kill himself. So he goes on the dark web, and he finds a hitman
To do it for him.
to kill him.
This was my idea.
This is all
I
Garrett's
want to take
idea.
credit for this. Just
Yeah, this is... I don't take any credit for this, but I'm explaining it for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
you have the better voice.
Oh, thanks. So this man goes on the dark, deep webs of the internets, and he hires a hitman to kill him. But after he does it, and there's a no take back policy on this hitman because he's
Yeah.
the best of the best. He comes in and does the job, cleans up, all the good stuff. No trace, no evidence.
Yeah.
And he places the order, and then he realizes, like, oh shit, what have I done? So the whole film is him running from the hitman, but since he's just a normal guy,
He just dies.
and then this is like
It's an abrupt.
a mercenary.
Yeah. It's an abrupt ending. People wouldn't like it, but they'd have to deal with it.
It'd be like a 30-minute movie.
Yeah, like a 30-minute short film.
Yeah, but the mercenary would just catch up to him and just ice him.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's over. It's a work in progress. We're looking for
It's been in production
pre-production.
pre-production
for like 3 years.
for like 3 years, so coming to a movie theater near you.
Eventually,
Yeah.
30 years from now.
Yeah.
Let's
when I'm
do
a
that.
big wig executive in Hollywood.
Once I'm, living under a bridge, we can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where I see myself in 30 years.
That's pretty cool. I mean, setting your sights high, that's special. I couldn't see myself doing that in 30 years.
Living under a bridge?
No.
Yeah, that's
difficult.
Those are real achievements. You wouldn't.
I wouldn't know what that is. I mean, I've never had a real achievement in my life.
No, you've just been a constant failure.
Yeah.
At some point in my life,
this podcast is doomed to fail because of it.
Yeah. If I had anyone else to do this with, we would be at 1 million subs already.
Yeah.
But since I'm here with Garrett, nothing.
No.
We've gotten some support. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Who's listening.
I'm glad you guys have taken pity on me because.
Yeah, but this Garrett guy is just blowing it.
Yeah.
I should get in.
It's unfortunate. It's a
hell,
damn
if I
shame.
just turned on the washing machine and recorded that, I'd have better conversation with it.
Yeah. The cricket.
The cricket.
The cricket would have
Too bad-
provided better
Too
commentary.
bad he left.
Yeah.
He picked up his suitcase and he put on his fedora and his
And he
coat
left.
and he walked out.
He left.
We've talked about this and you always disagree. I love how in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s, everyone wore suits to everything. It was always like
We
formal.
disagreed on this?
Yeah.
What
Because
did
I was
I
like,
say?
what? No. We disagreed on the hats thing. I was like, why don't we wear hats anymore? Like, as normally as. And you said because it went with everyone's suit. But no one wears a suit to everything anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, because like in Perry Mason, set in the 30s, like a bunch of people are sitting on the beach in suits. And it's just like, it's so fucking hot at Santa Monica in the middle of the summer. Why are you wearing a suit? But that's the only clothes that they invented. Up until that point, it was suits and dresses for women. So like, or like, formal attire. But like, even little kids, they got the knee-high socks and like the really, clean shorts and the button-ups and the suspenders. And I also thought, why did more people wear suspenders instead of belts? Like, they definitely both existed at the same time. The belt is not more advanced than the suspender.
I don't know the answer to that question. But going back to the conversation earlier about the WWE in different eras, I think if there are any fashion era that I'd want to go back to, it's definitely the 1930s.
Oh, okay.
Because wearing a suit in public just every day, like, it sounds kind of awesome.
It does, but you'd get so sweaty.
You would, but it's like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and you have a hat, like you greet someone, you tip your hat. Like, hey.
How do you do, fellow?
How do you do? Of course, the crippling racism is not awesome.
That's not cool.
No, and the Great Depression, definitely not cool.
That's not cool
And
either.
the polio.
No, that's not cool.
No. Damn. Yeah, the 30s sucked.
Yeah. But definitely...
Every time period sucks.
Everybody walking down the street in suits, going to the baseball game in suits, like...
Yeah, right. And like, what?
Let's go to the sporting event and wear our formal suits.
Sporting event?
Yeah.
They
Let's
didn't
go
speak
down
so
to the old
general.
baseball game.
They're like, let's go to the baseball game. Let's go down to the ball game, Jimmy. Put on your suit.
Go see the babe.
We'll get some glizzies. When
No.
was glizzy invented?
That was recent.
Apparently, it's a DC thing. It's a DC, Virginia.
I have a hard time believing that.
I looked it up. I did my research.
No, I'm sure it's all true, but even if it's all true, I have a hard time believing anybody uses glizzy.
The first time it appeared on the internet was like maybe 2014 or some shit like that, according to my very rough research.
I think that's a horrible name because the hot dog has just been a staple of being a word forever, and it's awesome.
Glizzy. It just rolls off the tongue.
No, I don't like it.
Steamed hams. Oh, it's the same thing as steamed hams.
Because like
From
a
Simpsons?
staple of
Okay.
the Dodgers, in Dodger Stadium is the Dodger dog.
Yeah, well, that's here on the
Imagine
West
if it was the Dodger glizzy. If the glizzy took over as the main word for hot dog, that'd be horrible. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No. It only works in the context of it being a dialect from the East Coast.
I understand that.
So the Capitals, the Capitals, right?
Yeah,
They have glizzies instead of hot dogs in their stadium.
I don't like that.
Get yourself a Capital glizzy. Now that rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it does, but glizzy's a weird word, and I don't like it. You can't change my mind on this. I'm sorry.
Come on, you get a nice fresh bun, you slap a glizzy in there, you put your relish and your mustard
You're making
on
me
it,
uncomfortable when you say it.
and your chives, whatever else you put on a glizzy. What do you put on a
Chives?
hot dogs? On hot
Mustard and
dogs.
ketchup, like what? And if I get the
put relish and
chance,
mustard. I don't like
I
ketchup.
make a chili cheese dog. Put some onions on there.
Yeah, onions.
Onions are great.
I
Relish.
don't like ketchup Or catsup.
Ketchup is a staple of everybody's diet.
Simpsons reference. What? Ketchup is so sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I honestly like. For me, it just works for certain things. Like, how you not gonna have a ketchup on a boiga? Like, it works. It just works.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
It just doesn't. It ruins a burger for me.
You know what's wrong though? Is people who don't like mustard.
Yeah.
If you don't like mustard, get the hell off this podcast.
That's half of our listeners.
I'm just kidding. But why don't you like mustard? I mean, come on.
Mustard is just so good.
Yeah.
It's a real
It's a weird
sucker punch.
I mean, to be fair, it's a weird taste, but like it just works. You know? It's just one of those things.
Have you ever
it just
had like
works.
deli mustard?
No.
Like real fancy deli mustard?
I've never been to a deli. That's not true, but
Never been to a deli. Have you ever been to like an old like Middle Eastern spice market?
no, I have not been to an old Middle Eastern spice market.
I have.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I bet. Do you haggle?
My grandpa haggles. Actually, okay, so I don't know if I told this on podcast.
Arab markets in the US, is haggling a thing?
Yeah, of course. No.
No?
Not in like Arab grocery stores.
No? Okay.
Because here everyone's used to like, how it
set
works.
prices, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So my grandpa, who lives in Lebanon, years ago he came to the States. He was living. Oh my hand is bleeding.
Gross, dude.
He was living with us, and we went to Target. He doesn't speak a lick of English, but except for money stuff.
Yeah.
So we go to Target and he's like buying something, or he goes to the cashier and she's like, okay, $20, and he's like, $15. she's like, what? It's 20. Like I can't. It's $20. Like I'm not gonna lower the price. And he's like $15. And then like my older sister was with us. She was like, just ignore him. Like take the 20. It's just so funny. Like he was trying to haggle at a time because he and we explained it.
He's his whole life. He's probably spent haggling in Lebanon because that's what the market is.
Yeah, that's what old bartering Arabs do. We haggle.
Well, I wish we could haggle here. That'd be cool.
Do you?
Yeah. It make shopping a better experience.
Yeah, I mean, go to a swap meet,
Yeah, but like,
or like a
why
yard
go
sale.
to a swap meet when Target's up the street?
You ever been to a swap meet?
Yeah.
You ever been to the
I was
ones
a
where they
kid.
sell like chickens and shit
No.
and like parrots?
Well, and you know what? They were probably there, but I didn't see them.
Damn, swap meets are
I was like 8 or 9 or something like that.
interesting places. You
Bought a
can find
gun.
a lot of cool shit at swap meets or like a Goodwill or like a thrift store.
Did you catch what I said?
What'd you say?
I was like, I was 9 or 10. Bought a gun.
Oh God, you could. No,
How did you not hear that?
I was focusing on what I was saying and the fact that my hand is bleeding somehow.
I did not buy a gun. Just to clarify.
But now you can. You are of age to own a firearm
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, swap meets are.
I want to go back to one. They got a lot of cool stuff.
They've got a lot of cool stuff,
Yeah.
like parrots. And okay, there's always like the booth where it's like, hey man, ditch your cable provider and just plug this stick into your TV, and then you get like all the local channels for free, or like for like $10 or whatever. And then there's a lot of like fresh made like food or like the corn stuff. What's it called?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
It's like the Mexican thing.
Elote or whatever.
Yeah.
They put the cheese and the spicy
Yeah. And
sweet
then,
stuff on there.
And then there's a lot of
Tahini.
There's a lot of people selling like fake shit.
Yeah.
That's always the best to look at, because it's like, like a fake pair of Vans or something.
This isn't the same thing, but one of these days I just want to go to a thrift store and just drop 100 on stuff, And I went to the one down the street from you in Pomona. And aside from a PlayStation 2 I was looking through all the shirts and like...
You found a PlayStation 2?
Yeah. It was like $20 or something. I didn't know you were on your quest to collect or anything at the time, because I didn't know that until recently. But yeah, all like the pants and the shirts, I wasn't with the selection, And I was trying to find something like...
Not your style.
No, because it was like... I like the idea of having some random shirt, like, Jack's shirt, Get This Dad a Beer or whatever. That's a great shirt.
Why don't you just buy it off the website that he buys them from? Globo or whatever it's called.
I probably should. But
I don't know what it's called. You can ask him.
when I was there, I just didn't find anything I liked. And there was a lot of just random shit, like, because it's a thrift store. But I was hoping to find some sort of ancient sports memorabilia, like, you know,
Yeah, like
2001 Lakers, you know, NBA Finals shirt or something like that. It'd be cool.
That's really cool.
But I didn't, so.
Yeah, I went into a Goodwill once, and there was a PlayStation 1 and some controllers. And I bought that for $15, and I was real happy because those are.
Hey, speak up.
It was in working condition, like great condition. Works fine, works great, but the last one I need is a PlayStation 2, and I just haven't found one that wasn't super overpriced on the internet. And usually Goodwill's like don't know anything, so they just
That one was there was like $20, but I wouldn't be surprised if you took it home and it just didn't work.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't but just having it. Cause
I think if Sony ever does a PlayStation 2 Classic, like they do the NES Classic, you should absolutely pick it up.
Yeah, well, they did a PlayStation 1 Classic.
Then they're probably gonna do it.
Maybe.
And the thing is you'll have like the library of games.
Yeah.
If they do it like Nintendo did it.
Yeah, I'd have the like classic games. I don't even remember what was on there. Like that was the big shit.
I think
God of War 1, I think. Twisted
Gaiden?
Metal. What?
Ninja Gaiden? Like the very first.
No, the original.
No,
Ninja
not
Gaiden
that
was
one. The first 3D one. I thought that was on there
Maybe.
because I thought that was a PlayStation 1 sort of classic.
Whatever. Good, good fun games though.
Yeah.
Crash, the Crash Bandicoot games, Ratchet and Clank. Oh, Ratchet and Clank, yeah, of course.
Jack and Daxter.
Yeah. Sly Cooper. I never played Sly Cooper,
Me neither.
but they look fun.
A lot of those early PlayStation titles that I didn't play.
Right, yeah.
Up to PS3, in fact.
Oh, that's right, yeah, you were an Xbox kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Scum.
Interesting path. Not really scum.
What a stupid thing to...
It's funny. This console wars are funny.
Yeah,
we
it
touched
is.
on this a couple weeks ago, but yeah.
Did we? Jeez, I guess we've run out of topics.
No, we
It
haven't.
looks like we're going to have to end the podcast. Forever.
Fine. I mean, I already got my co-host lined up. Your replacement.
You already got a new audio engineer as well? Oh, no, you're the audio engineer. We established that.
We've established this,
Yeah,
man.
sorry, I
You don't do anything.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just the voice. And the penis.
If any of you listeners out there want to be my new co-host,
If anyone wants to be on the podcast...
feel free to hit us up, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be offended if we say no, too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's a vetting process.
There will be a vetting process.
The vetting process is whether or not we want you on the podcast. And whether or not we think you're interesting enough. Wow, that's so mean.
That's mean.
That's really mean. I don't mean that.
No, I think it's more if we think it would be an awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Which that's a less not as mean way to put it.
Yeah. But if we're in the middle of the podcast and I don't like how it's going, I'm just going to kick you out of the studio.
That's not true. You won't do that.
Oh, yeah?
No, you won't.
Oh, yeah? I won't. I couldn't. I don't have... I couldn't do that. No, I'd feel real bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You have a heart. Eamon has a heart.
Oh, thanks. I don't know if I'd say the same about myself.
I thought you were going to say about
you.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say,
no.
I don't know if I'd say the same about you.
No, yeah. Garrett's got a heart, but I don't know. I think I'm an evil man.
No, you're
What if? Obviously, I don't think I'm an evil man.
I think I'm an
what if
evil
it was
man.
like? What if one day we were just real evil on the podcast, and we talked about just like doing terrible things all the time? I guess we do that anyways. So, have you seen the Venture Brothers, the Adult Swim show?
No.
Okay,
There's a lot of Adult Swim shows
you gotta watch that show.
I have not watched.
Because basically, it's like
I just had a stroke.
it's old. Yeah, you like died. It's like it's sort of old, but it does like the thing where it makes fun of the old like hero shows from like the '60s, but like it's just sort of like they're established
Isn't
corporations.
What is it?
Johnny Quest.
Space Goes Coast to Coast.
Yeah. That's
Isn't that another one that does that?
no. Okay, what Space Goes Coast to Coast is, and Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. What those are is that they're old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
I know that.
That sucked, and no one liked them.
That's right. That's
But they
right.
took the animation cells and then just repurposed them into like shitty like comedies on Adult
Well, I
Swim.
heard Space Goes Coast to Coast is really funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but like it's like like
It's like low budget sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Because like Space Ghost Coast to Coast is supposed to be like a talk show, and Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law is like something else. Obviously it's like he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
But it's old animation cells that they're repurposing. What Venture Brothers is just like it's brand new animated, but it sort of looks like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but it pokes fun at like that type of thing where it's like my dad was a scientist and I'm whatever, and like basically like the main thing I was trying to get from it is like the good guys and the bad guys have like their own like companies and they're established and there's rules and all that. That's the same thing that they sort of set up in the Harley Quinn show, where there's like the Justice League and then there's the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
And there's like companies and there's like, talk shows where they bring on villains and superheroes and it's like all this like, there's PR and whatever. Like, okay, this is a bit of not a spoiler, but like it's in the first episode. One of the supervillains calls Wonder Woman the C word, a cunt.
Yeah.
And it like ruins his career as a supervillain. It's really
That's
good.
funny. That's really funny.
And it's like people hate him like extra. Like he was killing people. No one cared, supervillain stuff.
And
But
then as soon as he did that, yeah.
yeah, and like it just ruined it.
That's
so like
such a great bit. Oh
yeah,
my god.
that's in the first episode or maybe the second episode. I don't remember. But stuff like that. It's really funny. I recommend if you have access. It's on the DC streaming service.
Yeah.
Or you do some
Yeah.
digging on
some
the internet.
some torrenting, yeah.
Jesus, Garrett. God. Now the
Sorry, I mean-
FBI's gonna kick down your door and shoot us.
Right now. All right. Yeah, the only Adult Swim stuff I've watched is Eric Andre.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about Rick and Morty?
Oh, I forgot that's Adult Swim. Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Futurama?
No.
What? You've never seen Futurama?
No.
Great show.
A lot of like the Adult Swim originals I'm not familiar with.
What else?
Too Many Cooks, I've seen that. It's great. Shit.
Jesus, Garrett. God. Garrett, you're ruining this. Well, folks, seems like that's our time.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll see you later
Tune in next week.
when we drop another episode.
Thanks for the support.
See ya.